Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. I want to welcome you to the Men Support Service at Bainbridge, Georgia. This afternoon, I'll be doing a presentation, Men Living a Purpose-Driven Life. Today, we are living in a society that men are faced with many situations that cause them to not live a purpose-driven life. But we want to encourage our men, want to encourage our fathers, want to encourage our sons that life has so much to offer, and you can be a part of the great move in men who wants to live that purpose-driven life. And so I'll be talking to you today. It is said that until purpose is discovered, existence has no meaning. For purpose is the source of fulfillment. All things begin and end with purpose. You know, my name is Pat Roy Reeves, and I am the program director for the men's service program. And my burden and my concern for our men in our world and our society today is that men discover their true self. Now, your purpose is an integral part of who you are. Every man is born with and for a purpose. Your purpose wasn't derived by your education. It wasn't derived by a gift from someone. Your purpose was given to you of God. It all begins with God, and it is all about you. God is concerned about your fulfilling your divine purpose. Purpose always precedes production. And so today, as we have this real heart-to-heart discussion, wanting to engage our men all around the world, that men today is faced with many opposition, challenges in family, in their relationship with others. The purpose of life is far greater than your own personal fulfillment, your peace of mind, or your happiness. It is far greater than your family, your career, even your wildest dreams and ambition. Your purpose is far greater than that. God is not just the starting point to your purpose as men, but He's also the starting point of your life. He is the source of life. There are many persons who are looking to varied things to approve of their worth, their values. But you want to look back from the source from which you come from. God is your source. And if you're faced with challenges today, you have to look to Him, because we're talking about living a purpose-driven life, one that is impacting our society, impacting our families, impacting our work environment, impacting every fabric of life. To discover your purpose in life, you must turn to God's word, not to the world's wisdom. And today, many men are feeling fearful, defeated, struggling in their identity, struggling with many factors. But I want to encourage you today. You must build your life on eternal truth, or principles. Everything in this life evolves from principles, right? And these principles that life evolves from is what helps us to be successful, to be effective human being, that we carry empathy, concern, love for others. You discover your identity and purpose through a relationship with Jesus. But also you discover your purpose through interacting with others, with other men, with other women. God was thinking of you long before you even thought of yourself. And so the purpose of man today is to make a difference in our world, in our society, a society that is broken. There are so many dysfunctional families, so many dysfunctional homes. Now, your purpose is to make a difference as men. Your purpose as a father, your purpose as a young man striving to achieve something in life. You have to look to the source, right? Before you even thought of existing, God knew you would have existed. He had a plan for you before you exist. Without your input in that plan, You may choose your career, your spouse, your hobbies, and many other parts of your life, but you don't get the chance to choose your purpose. Your purpose is derived from God. God gives man's purpose. And so today, as we have this discussion, you are not an accident. So many men feel that they are product of society, are failures of their families and failures of persons who have let them down in life. But I want to encourage all our men today that is tuning in, or even women who are listening in. Your birth was no mistake or mishap. And your life is no fake of nature either, because some people just don't value who they are. They don't think they're looking good. They don't think they're good looking. They don't think they're valuable. But that value doesn't come from how you look. Value comes from your perception of who you are and who God said you are, right? Your parents may not have planned for you, but God did plan for you. God's purpose is not hindered by your past problems, issues, failures. Purpose transforms mistakes into miracles and disappointment into testimonies. And so today I want to encourage those who are faced with life challenges to know that you have the opportunity to live not just a purposeful life, but a purpose-driven life, one that impacts your society around you. What is driving your life today? A question I would love to ask those who are listening. What is driving your life today? Everyone's life is driven by something, right? Most dictionary defines the verb drive as to guide, to control, or to direct. What is driving your life? Most times the things that are driving our lives are always negative, not positive things. Right now, you may be driven by a problem, a pressure, a deadline. You might be driven by a painful memory. Something happened to you in your childhood. Trauma, childhood trauma. There are so many women and men who have suffered childhood trauma. They have suffered trauma in their teens, in their early years, that has set them back, and they feel that their life has no great meaning. But I want to say to you, that's not true. Your life have a lot of meaning, have a lot of purpose. And if you can just discover that there's greater in you than that is in the world, you will be able to see your life turn around and be impactful. So we're talking today about living a purpose-driven life. Have you lost your purpose? Have you lost your desire to succeed, to be a person of change, to be a person that makes a difference? I'm challenging you today. Let's discuss 5 things most commonly that drives people's life, right? And a lot of our men who has had mishap, not having fathers in their life. The Bible said we have many instructors, but few fathers. And so I want to let you know today that these are the 5 things that often drive people's life. Whether you be a man or a woman, you are driven by these things. Many people are driven by guilt. Guilt is one of the number one factors that affects people's progress, right? They spend their entire life running from regrets and hiding their shame. You know, people are manipulated by the things that you have gone through, and it stays in your mind. You have not forgiven yourself. You have not let it go, right? They allow their past to control their future, right? And you can't allow that, else you will not live a purpose-driven life, a life that can make a gross difference in our society, in the life of the youth around us, right? Now, I want us to understand that the future your past will not determine your future, but we don't have to be prisoners of our past, right? God's purpose for you is that He wants to change your past to make it one that is effective, that you can make a greater contribution to our society. What's the next thing the second thing that drives men's life or women's life? Many people are driven by resentment or hunger. right? Why are you driven by resentment and anger? Because of what has happened to you, whether it be in your childhood, whether it be in a marriage, whether it be in a relationship, whether it be at a work environment, whether it be things that you encounter through persons who didn't understand you, who misunderstand you, who mistreat you. But you don't have to allow anger to be that controlling factor, that chain that holds you, that you can't break free, you can't reach beyond where you are. They hold on to hurts, never get over them. Instead, release your pain through forgiveness. Resentment always hurt you more than the person that you resent. So let me say it again, that hunger hurts you more, resentment hurts you more than the person who you're resenting. And so if you're going to live a life that you can make a difference in our world, can offer love, care, empathy, and concern for others, you have to know that you have to give up what is driving you. Many people are driven by fear. And right now in our society, what's happening in our governments, what's happening in our world globally, a lot of people are fearful. They are timid. So there are many persons who are wondering, what next? Am I going to lose my job? Am I going to lose my benefits from the government? Am I going to lose my health care? Am I going to lose my home? Am I going to lose so many things? And so this overwhelming fear has gripped a lot of persons. But I want to encourage you, whether you be a man or woman, boy or girl, you don't have to allow fear to hold you back from gaining confidence and gaining control over your life. Their fears may be a result of traumatic experience. And many people are having traumatic experience today, right? Growing up in a high controlled home, regardless of the cost, fear drives people often miss their greatest opportunity. If you allow fear to cumber your life, you will miss the greatest opportunity to make a difference, right? So we're talking about 5 things that commonly drives people's life and hinders you to live a purpose-driven life. And so what is the 4th reason that drives people's life? Many people are driven by materialism. We're living in a world that, it is everybody's greatest desire to attain, to achieve more. And it doesn't matter how you go about achieving it. If you have to walk on somebody, step on somebody, dismantle somebody's life to get what you want, often then people take that route. But will that help you? The Bible said, life does not consist in the abundance of things man possess. The funniest thing is that we invest so much in material things, and in a moment, those things that we invest and tomorrow is gone. I want you to understand what is most important is a relationship with God, a healthy relationship with people, a healthy relationship with your family, your children, your husband, your spouse, right? It is important to know that we cannot allow the things that affects us to continue to control us. The 5th thing that drives people's life, many people are driven by the need for approval. So if you don't get the accolades and of others, you don't feel good about yourself, right? But I want to let you know that whether people talk good about you or not, I want you to understand that your responsibility is to know if God loves you, if he cares for you, if you have the support of your family, community, your church, others. That is important. Don't allow your expectation of parents, our friends, our family, don't allow those things to impede you. Don't seek the approval from these things. Know who you are. Know your value. Know that you are made in the likeness and image of God. I don't know all the keys to success, but one key to failure is to try to please everybody. If we're people-pleasing people and not knowing our values and ourselves, we will never amount to anything of great value. You need to know that your value is not of what people say or think of you, right? You were made beautiful. You were made precious. Now, the benefits of a purpose-driven life, knowing your purpose, focus your life. When you know your purpose, it focus your life. You're not distracted by the 5 things we have just mentioned, right? Guilt, anger, resentment, right? You're not driven by those things. It concentrates your effort and your energy on what's important. You become effective by selecting that which is important to you. It is human nature to get distracted by minor issues, by the trivial things of life, right? Don't allow trivial things to derail you from your true purpose. If you're going to live a purpose-driven life, right, you must be focused. You cannot be busy without a purpose. Let's keep focus on the goal. What's your goal? I want to be the best version of myself, right? Those of us who want everything God has for us, you can have it, right? But you got to stay focused. Knowing your purpose motivates your life, right? Your purpose always produces passion. People with purpose have passion. Nothing energizes you like a clear purpose, a clear understanding. Why am I here? What is my purpose in this life, in my family, in the job I'm at, in this world, in our society, in our communities? This is the true joy of life, to be used for the purpose you were made for. And so I'm challenging us today, as we are encouraging person. Don't live a life of hunger, resentment, bitterness, right? Unforgiveness. Let's be forgiven. Let's care for those who are around us. Let's show empathy. Knowing your purpose prepares you for eternity. Many people spend their lives trying to create a lasting legacy on earth, right? But this legacy we are creating, one day we all have to leave it. The queen who served for almost several decades, she died and had to leave the legacy of her kingdom, right? And all the people we have read of in history, great men and women, one day will have to leave. But the bottom line is, have you lived a purpose-driven life that will allow you to enjoy life beyond this life? While life on earth offers many choices, eternity offers only 2, heaven or hell. Your relationship to God on earth will determine your relationship to Him in eternity, right? So how well are you prepared? We are prepared for the changing times in which we're living in. People are preparing for the change of government, the change of systems, the change of seasons. People prepare for new season, right? For winter, for summer, for autumn, right? But are you preparing yourself for life beyond now, right? You use your time and your money more wisely when you understand that. Your place here has a higher premium on, we need to place a higher premium on our relationship and character instead of fame, wealth, and achievement, right? Because all of these things do pass, right? But I want to encourage us today. Plans may change, right? But purpose is constant. While we're talking about a purpose-driven life, that everything else in your life will change at some point or another, but your purpose is constant. You were born with and for a purpose. Are you fulfilling that purpose today? Are you making a difference, right? Anywhere you are. It doesn't matter how small or how big your contribution. Are you making a difference? Time is a temporary interruption. In eternity, God gives every purpose a time that allows it to reach, we call it perfection or maturity. A time is always given for a purpose. So the years that you have been given, it is given to fulfill a particular purpose. Am I living a fulfilled life? Am I going to my bed with joy? Am I waking up with joy? You have to ask yourself this question: why am I not having joy? Why am I sorrowful? Why am I worried? Why am I confused? Why am I broken? Right? You truly gotta look if you're truly fulfilling purpose. Living a purpose-driven life is living a balanced life. Living with purpose is essential. It's essential. And as I close today, I just want to remind us, as women or men out there struggling with varied issues, you have to step back, be quiet, think about how you can make a difference. If something is not working, how can I change that situation to make it a positive one? If I'm hurt, how can I overcome my hurt? If I am failing at something, how can I succeed? You know, there's always another way to achieve something of value in life. And so today, I thank you for spending this time, just being a part of this session. I am here to serve the community of Georgia, Bainbridge, Georgia, or Men Service Women and Wellness Center that serves women and men's needs. We're here to hear your needs. You can come in, visit us at the Wellness Center. We do counseling, we do coaching, we do, just help you to find your bearing, to know that you're not alone. There's help out there, right? And so it doesn't matter what you're faced with today, there's always somebody who you can turn to for encouragement, for support. So let's get up from where we are and live a purpose-driven life. Have a great afternoon.